Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing good. Welcome to my channel, Inclusive Bharat. And welcome to the daily editorial analysis of the Hindu newspaper. In this video, we shall discuss the important editorial of 25th May 2024. These are the two articles taken up for discussion. Let's discuss the article one by one. This article discusses the Reserve Bank of India's (RBI) recent decision to transfer a record surplus of nearly 2.11 lakh rupees crore to the Union Government for the fiscal year 2023-24. This substantial transfer is expected to significantly support the new government when it prepares its budget in July. The amount is more than double last year's payout of 87,416 crore rupees and exceeds the 1.02 lakh rupees crore anticipated in the interim union budget for 2024-25. This will provide the next finance minister with greater flexibility in planning expenditure and managing fiscal policies. The increase in transferable surplus is attributed to the RBI's prudent asset management, especially during a period of global economic uncertainty and efforts by central banks worldwide to stabilize prices. While the detailed financial statements for 2023-24 will be released soon, it is evident that the surplus increased due to high interest income from overseas securities and profits from foreign exchange market interventions aimed at stabilizing the rupee. The RBI's weekly statistical supplement shows that as of 29th March, India's total foreign exchange reserves had grown by $67.1 billion over the past year, reaching $645.58 billion. Additionally, the RBI has increased the funds allocated to the Contingent Risk Buffer (CRB), which is reserved for unexpected economic risks and contingencies. The CRB provisioning has been raised by 50 basis points to 6.5% of the balance sheet for 2023-24, reflecting the central bank's confidence in the domestic economy's strength and its preparedness for sudden global financial instability. The new government, which will take office after the general election results on 4th June, will benefit from the substantial surplus transfer from the RBI. This will allow for increased capital spending, particularly when private consumption is still struggling to gain strong momentum. The government can use part of this extra surplus to reduce the fiscal deficit, improving its financial health and reassuring investors of its commitment to maintaining fiscal discipline. Through its prudent financial management and substantial surplus transfer, the RBI has quietly set the stage for the next government to begin its term with confidence in the strength and stability of the economy. That is it about this article. Let's move on to the next article. This article discusses the necessity for India to continue opposing unregulated tourism in Antarctica. Representatives from over 60 countries have gathered in Kochi, Kerala, for the 46th Antarctic Treaty Consultative Meeting, ATCM, which will last until the end of the month. This annual meeting involves the consultative parties, the 29 countries with voting rights on issues related to the management of Antarctica, along with non-voting observer countries, independent experts, and invited officials. One of the notable topics on the meeting's agenda is tourism. A coalition of countries, including India, is advocating for a proposal to establish regulations for tourism in Antarctica. Unlike other continents, Antarctica does not have any native inhabitants. Due to its vast, untouched ice and remote location, it is not a typical tourist destination or a common spot for luxury travel, making it very attractive. In today's world, where most land is readily accessible for tourism, Antarctica stands out as the last truly wild continent, with its mysteries hidden beneath thick ice. The industry of creating and marketing exotic travel experiences is highly profitable, making Antarctica a coveted destination for wealthy tourists. A study by universities in Tasmania, the UK, and Australia reports that tourist numbers in Antarctica increased from 8,000 in 1993 to 105,000 in 2022. These figures exclude scientific expeditions and the long-term presence of scientists at various research stations. It is now reported that there are more tourists than scientists in Antarctica. Concerns about increasing tourism have been raised since 1966 at these meetings, with worries that more ships and people will bring more pollution and higher risks of accidents, threatening the unique biodiversity of Antarctica. The desire to maintain Antarctica's pristine condition, which is about the size of the US and Mexico combined, hides a deeper anxiety shared by all nations. There is concern about whether unforeseen future events might alter the treaty's prohibition of territorial claims and whether a larger presence of people from one country might influence the terms of the treaty to that country's advantage. Currently, few Indian tourists visit Antarctica, but this could change due to increasing wealth disparities. Although India supports the proposal for regulating tourism, it should be cautious of any agreement that might limit its future tourism opportunities in Antarctica. That is all for the day. If you like my initiative, do like the video and share it to the peer groups. And subscribe to the channel for further updates. Thank you.